Some evenings you look up and feel a small, steady shiver of curiosity. Space seems so close and yet stubbornly secret. Let's take a slow, speculative stroll through 5 of the longest-lived space conspiracies, the kind that invite quiet wonder more than shouted certainty. Did the moon landings really happen, or was it staged? People point to a handful of striking images and anecdotes, photographs that show no stars in the sky, a flag that appears to ripple, crosshairs that seem to sit behind bright objects, odd shadows and the infamous sea rock. Those are visceral, easily grasped puzzles that can make anyone pause. One way to imagine this is as a filmmaking riddle lighting in a studio can hide stars, staged cloth can move, and small printing quirks can make a mark look like a letter. The alternative is a vast, highly coordinated deception involving thousands of people, truckloads of hardware, and decades of secrecy. But there are many kinds of records beyond the photos. Telemetry streams that traced astronaut vital signs and spacecraft systems second by second. Radio logs and mission transcripts that capture real-time conversations. Thousands of high-resolution images and the bricks of lunar rock returned to Earth. Retroreflectors left on the surface can still be pinged with lasers. If these things were forged, the forgery would have to be more like building a second moon in meticulous technical detail than like faking a single picture. Speculation can be kinder when it remains imaginative rather than dogmatic. Maybe an elaborate hoax could be staged by a single power in a pre-digital era. Maybe some images were misprocessed and later amplified by rumor. Perhaps the clearest answer lies in archive corridors, mission footage, telemetry dumps, and careful photographic analysis that explain many anomalies as exposure choices, film artifacts, and lunar surface effects. Still, the appeal of a hidden studio lingers because the images are old, the footage sometimes grainy, and the idea of a staged triumph fits a human narrative about power and illusion. Are modern UFOs a sign of extraterrestrial visitors or a government cover-up? In recent years, short, unsettling clips and pilot testimonies have moved UAPs from late-night speculation into official halls. Videos from Navy encounters, an object darting like a thought with no visible means of propulsion, combined with pilots' credible-sounding reports and leaked memos, have turned the conversation urgent. One way to make sense of this is to imagine a catalogue of possibilities: advanced foreign drones, highly classified domestic prototypes, atmospheric phenomena that fool high-end sensors, or genuine transmedium craft of unknown origin. If you lean towards the extraordinary, the most tantalizing scenario is that these objects are probes or machines from elsewhere, here for observation, testing, or contact. That would presuppose technologies far beyond what we know and raises questions about motive and method. On the other hand, a more prosaic but still disquieting idea is that a cascade of classified projects, varied in design, speed, and signature, has created a patchwork the public cannot easily reconcile, and the government's secrecy breeds the alien interpretation. Then there are sensor and cognitive explanations: imperfect radar tracks, video artifacts, optical illusions under unusual atmospheric conditions, and the human tendency to pattern match meaningful motion from ambiguous input. Pilot testimony is powerful because it is professional and precise, but even trained observers are vulnerable to rare illusions when confronted with phenomena that defy expectation. The simplest truth may be that multiple mechanisms are at work simultaneously: a handful of real unknowns, a number of misidentified mundane objects, and several classified programs whose hush fuels imagination. Is there a hidden past on Mars, evidence of structures or life disguised as anomalies? Mars is an artist of deception. A low-resolution image of a mesa can wear the face of a pharaoh at one angle and dissolve into a pile of rock at higher fidelity. The face on Mars famously shifted from eerie monument to a natural landform after clearer imaging revealed layers, shadows, and slopes that explained the original illusion. Pareidolia, the human talent for finding faces and patterns, can turn hills into cityscapes and wind-etched ridges into columns. Yet Mars offers more than optical tricks. There are seasonal methane spikes that flare and fade, organic chemistry hints in drilled samples, and rock formations that on a casual glance can resemble fossils or artifacts. These signals are the kind that make a calm mind dream. Could there have been microbial ecosystems or even more complex life in a warmer, wetter ancient Mars? Or could a long-vanished culture have left traces now buried and worn to near obscurity? Plausible alternatives are numerous. Methane can arise from geochemical reactions at depth, or from episodic releases trapped under permafrost-like deposits. Strange shapes can be sculpted by wind, water, lava, and impact. Even imaging artifacts, compression, lighting angle, and shadow can suggest detail where none exists. The most patient possibility is that subtle clues are present and will be resolved only by sample return and careful in situ chemical and morphological studies. Until then, high-resolution photography, spectral fingerprints, and rover drilling offer a slow detective story. Hypotheses to test, claims to reframe, and the constant temptation to see a story that our instruments are only beginning to tell. Could a mysterious object be orbiting Earth? What's the story of the Black Knight satellite? The Black Knight is a legend stitched from half-understood radio reports, early Cold War anxieties, and disconnected sightings across decades. The thread often begins with tales of unusual radio signals, moves through speculative links to Nikola Tesla's intuitive transmissions, and picks up stories of unidentified objects allegedly spotted or photographed in the 1950s and later. Names like Donald Keyhoe helped popularize the narrative, and the odd photograph of a dark object observed during a shuttle mission later entered the tale as proof. But when you separate the strands, the picture becomes pragmatic. Many alleged sightings correspond to weather balloons, classified reconnaissance platforms, or ordinary space debris. The object photographed during a late 1990s shuttle assembly was plausibly a thermal blanket or insulation fragment, something that would look odd in space photography but have a mundane origin. Radio anomalies can arise from terrestrial transmitters bouncing off the ionosphere, amateur misreading, or a misidentified satellite. It's also possible to imagine other scenarios. Maybe an early Cold War secret satellite was mischaracterized and later mythologized. Perhaps an unknown object performed an unusual orbit and then vanished. Or consider the human need to connect isolated oddities into a single sensational tale. A damaged blanket, a misreported signal, and a misunderstood photograph become the same mysterious intelligence when passed down as rumor. The Black Knight thrives because it is the archetype of the hidden watcher, an answer to the question, if we are not alone, who is watching us now? The more mundane resolution space junk, echoing transmitters, and misinterpretation leaves less drama, but more plausible mechanics. Are there cosmic engineering signs? Could stars dimming be alien megastructures? When a star like Tabby's went through irregular, sometimes dramatic dimming, one of the liveliest hypotheses was a Dyson scenario, an advanced civilization constructing large structures that block starlight. The image of a star gradually being encased by orbital panels is seductive, cinematic, and easily communicated by a single phrase megastructure. If true, it would rewrite human understanding of intelligence and technology. Yet astrophysics offers alternative scripts that are equally rich. Clouds of dusty cometary debris, unusual planetesimal swarms, or clumpy circumstellar disks can mimic the same photometric fingerprints. Observations that look for an accompanying infrared glow, what you would expect from a large energy-absorbing structure, have not shown the signature one would predict from a fully formed megastructure. That doesn't end the possibility of something engineered, but it pushes the scale and nature of any hypothetical construct into narrower, more exotic corners. There's also the matter of stellar behavior itself. Some classes of stars exhibit irregular variability driven by internal processes we are still mapping. The patient science response has been to monitor, model, and search for corroborative evidence across wavelengths and over years. SETI searches have listened and infrared surveys have scanned for waste heat signatures. If there is an alien explanation, it may be subtle, partial structures, distributed swarms, or transient engineering projects rather than a single neat shell. If not, the dimming is a chance to learn new astrophysics, how dust behaves, how planetary systems evolve, and how rare cosmic catastrophes can sculpt light. Which of these mysteries feels most like a door you'd want to open, and what would you hope to find beyond it? Share your thoughts.